There's some power of the Holy Ghost. There's some power of the Holy Ghost. I can't explain it, but I got it. Oh, yes, I got it. I feel it. Oh, there's so much power of that Holy Ghost. I'm not talking about some wicked God, but I'm talking about a God of power. It's in this place. A God of power. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 The days of me apologizing for who I am is over.
Amen.
I'm going to be who God made me to be. Some people will say that I'm too loud, and some people will say that I'm too crazy. Some people will say that I cry too much. Some will say that I yell too much. Some will say that I look mean, and some say that I'm red-faced. But I don't care, because I know what God does to me. When the anointing falls, I don't want to give it away. I've got to be where His presence is. I've got to be where Jesus is. She jumped ahead of me and went ahead and put my message up there. That's all right. Today, I want to preach to you the message, too tough to stay down. Too tough to stay down. Too tough to stay down. Mark chapter 13, verse 13 says this. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth unto the end. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, we praise you, Lord God, for the presence that we already feel in this place, Lord God. God, I know, Lord God, that you're here. And God, I don't want to get in your way, God. Whatever you, God, whatever you want to do, Lord God, I yield myself to you right now. God, I don't want to get in the way, but God, I know, Lord. I know, Lord God, that you have a word, Lord God, for your people. God, I know that you have something that you want to minister into their heart, God. I know, Lord God, that you want to encourage your people to arise, Lord. I ask you, God, right now, in the name of Jesus, I let your anointing come, God, in a way that I've never felt before. God, minister unto your people, God. Minister their hearts and ears, Lord God, so that they can receive your word. Oh, God, I call upon you, Lord, right now, in the name of Jesus, Lord, to let your spirit, Lord God, be felt by all. Not just a few, but by all, God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Now, one of the things that I rarely do, well, maybe I do, I don't know. I rarely talk about celebrities, and I rarely talk about their past life and who they are now and all of those things. But there is a story that is intrigued me about a struggling actor by the very definition. At some point, he got so broke that he stole his wife's jewelry and he sold it. Things got so bad for him that he even ended up homeless. He slept at the New York bus station for 3 days. Unable to pay for rent, unable to pay for food. He was at his lowest point when he came and when he realized that he didn't have enough to feed his dog. He couldn't even take care of his dog anymore. So he recognized what he had to do, and he stood outside of a liquor store asking every stranger that walked in and out of that place if they would buy his dog. And now, depending on which story or who's telling the story, he sold that dog for anywhere between $25 to $50 for that dog. And And he was so hurt when he said that he had to give it up, that he walked away from that place just crying because of the place that he had to give up his best friend. And now he's sitting there without a home, and he's sitting there without a job, but he still believed that there was more for his life. 2 weeks after that, he watched a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. And that one match gave him an inspiration to write a script for the famous movie Rocky. It says that he stayed up all night writing the script for almost 24 hours. Writing the script. But he had just one request. He wanted to star in that movie. He wanted to be the main actor. He wanted to be Rocky himself. But the studio said, no, if we're going to pay you this money, we want to put a real star in it because you're not an actor. You sound funny. Hey, yo, Adrian. You look funny and you talk funny. And so he left with his script. A few weeks later, the studio came back. Previously, they offered him $125,000 for the script. This is a man that was broke, had to sell his dog. And he gave up $125,000 because he felt like he was Rocky. They came back and he offered him another $250,000. Yet he refused again. They even offered him up to $350,000, but he still refused. They wanted his movie, but they didn't want him. He said no. He had to be in that movie. Hey, yo, Adrian, I'm Rocky. I live hanging out here like this. Hey, yo, I'm Rocky. He felt he had to be in that movie. After a while, the studio agreed, and they gave him $35,000 for the script, and they let him be the star in it for $35,000. They felt, well, that's not too much to gamble on. If he causes this movie to be a flop, they only lost $35,000. It's more than just, it's a lot better than giving up $350,000 and having him star in this movie and it'd be a flop. Well, the rest is history. The movie won Best Picture, Best Directing, and Best Film Editing at the prestigious Oscar Awards. He was even nominated. This is Sylvester Stallone, man. He was nominated as Best Actor. The movie Rocky was even inducted into the American National Film Registry as one of the greatest movies ever. And you know what he did? The first thing that he did? With that $35,000, well, he went back to that liquor store where he sold that dog and he stood out there for 3 days until that man walked by with his dog. And he offered him $50 for the dog and the man refused. And he offered him $100 for the dog and the man refused. And he offered him $150 for the dog and the man refused. And he offered him $500 and $1,000 for the dog and the man refused. And he loved that dog so much that he paid $15,000 to get his dog back. That he sold for only about $25 to $50, whatever it was. But he finally got his dog back. That same dog was the same dog that you've seen in Rocky, the movie Rocky. And I believe a man that he sold it to even had a part in it. Today, the same Stallone who slept in the streets and sold his dog just because he couldn't even feed it anymore is one of the greatest movie stars who ever walked this earth. I don't know too many people that haven't watched at least one of the movie Rocky. I mean, there were 6 of them, I think, maybe 7. I know Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Rocky 5 with Tommy Gunn, and then they come out with a Rocky Balboa, and now they just came out with a Creed, which had Rocky in it. I don't know too many people that haven't watched at least one of these movies, but every time I hear it, every time I watch, every time that I hear that theme music, every time it comes on. Yeah! Adrian! My hand rises to the... Turn it up a little bit. Is that little sliding tool there? I feel like Hulk Hogan, man. Every time I hear the theme music, yes, I rise up. Get him, Rocky! I hear the people in the crowd, Rocky, Rocky, Rocky! You take out Mr. T! I don't care how hard that Russian punches, take him out! I'm assuming since Ali and Webner is the one that inspired the story, that Apollo Creed was probably supposed to be Muhammad Ali. And real flamboyant and stuff. And yeah! You can take him, Rock! You can take him. Every time I hear that music, it pumps me up. And I don't care. I know how the story's going to end. I've watched it hundreds of times, and I'm on the edge of my seat. I watched Rocky Balboa just yesterday, and I'm sitting there looking at that thing. Movie is awful, but I'm sitting there like, man, get him, Rock! I'm pumped up. I can't sleep. Trying to lay down and take a nap, but I can't sleep because that music is playing, and that theme music back there playing, and I'm like... Once you know the story behind that movie, and of course Sylvester Stallone, you see his endurance, you see his perseverance, his will, and of course his toughness. It makes this movie even a little bit better. There was one point of the movie, I guess it was 6 or 7, 6, Rocky Balboa, the Rocky Balboa in the movie, not Rocky 2, not Rocky 3, not Rocky 4, not Rocky 5, but Rocky Balboa. Rocky's talking to his son, and go ahead and flip that to that picture that I have up there. He says, "Yeah, yo, what? Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshines and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done." Hey, yo, Adrian. That's my best Stallone impersonation. It's the best I got. That's all you're going to get. Hey, yo. I can almost make my lip there, off. Listen, I don't always quote movies or movie stars. Most of you know, I think most of Hollywood is corrupt. And probably Sylvester Stallone is too. I don't know him very well, but however, I think this is a story of inspiration. One that I feel like everyone should know. Why? Because there's too much truth in it. The world is a nasty place. It is working every day to knock you to your knees. Nothing hits as hard as life does. Mike Tyson has nothing on what life will give you sometimes. Sylvester Stallone, in the best of his Rocky movies and he's in the best of shape, couldn't hit as hard as what life will do. Muhammad Ali, no matter how much he's thrown like a floated like a butterfly, sting like a bee, no matter how much he did any of that stuff, he couldn't hit as hard. George Foreman had it the best, couldn't hit as hard as life does. I had someone tell me one time after their husband left them, because after they left her husband, because her husband was, he was abusing drugs pretty bad, and it was tough for him and her and her family. She said, I just feel like a failure. As she's crying and tears dripping down her face, and I looked at her and I said, just because you get knocked down, that doesn't make you a failure. That doesn't make you a failure. The only failures are the ones that refuse to get back up. I always preach these type of messages. Ones that will encourage. I try to preach ones that will inspire. I'm not one that likes to tear people down, but I'm one that wants to build people up. I'm not preaching messages to impress people, as I was telling Sister Ray earlier today. I'm trying to preach messages that will impact people, that will change lives. And that's what I want you to recognize, is that everybody gets hit in the mouth every once in a while. Every once in a while, everybody takes a uppercut to the chin. Every once in a while, somebody hits the mat. Today's life, or the world in general, works hard to keep us on our knees. It works hard to get you to just give up. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you have been there, and some of you are there now. You're on the brink. You wonder why? Why do I continue to try? Why do I continue to struggle? It's because there's something inside of you that won't let you throw in the towel. There's something playing on the inside that thinks you can come on. Every time you're down, that thinks you can come on. Every time you get down. Sierra, do I have to call your name? Stay down! There's something on the inside! And it's not the eye of the tiger! But it's the lion of the tribe of Judah! You are not defeated! You are not done! You are not complete! You are not a Torah! But you will rise! Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Sierra, you're going to have to stay with me today. I'm telling you, no looking at your phone. Put it away. Turn it off. Look away. Pay attention to me. You're going to have to pay attention to me. I need my sound effects today. I'm just picking. There's something on the inside that won't let you throw in the towel. There's something on the inside that just won't let you give up. That I just said, it's not the eye of the tiger. That's another one. I can play that one. But it's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of... Man, it's the Rocky movies, man. They just have a way of pulling you up out of your chair. Anyways, but it's the lion of the tribe of Judah. It's roaring on the inside. How long? It's pacing back and forth, waiting for the opportunity to pounce. It's going back and forth. It has seen your peace. It has seen your life struggle. But it roars on the inside.
Thank you, Lord.
I know that a life of abuse has put you to your knees. You only expect hardship most of the time. You expect people just to be cruel to you wherever you go, because that's all that you've ever known. But there is one that continues to show you the love that no one has ever showed you. The love has encouraged you to continue forward. It has encouraged you that maybe it's not all bad.